So I'm letting the clear coat really bake onto the bar. So in the meantime, I've been working on redoing my hubcaps, because when I did them before, like, this is real dodgy, but those tabs look absolutely terrible, so I'm redoing them. So this is a fully done version. So we got these metal tabs that come out and fold around this ring here, and then they just clip onto there, and this one's good. And I've already made another one over here. Mind the purple rim, like, don't mind that. And then look, she's on there pretty well. I've gotten it as centered as I can. I mean, I've got it pretty well. But yeah, just got a bit of 10mm, got a 10mm bolt with thread and all that, and threaded it through that hole. And then just got a bolt that goes on the tabs there. But yeah, it holds it pretty well. I got these rubbers to help it sit properly on top of the wheel. But yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm just improving them from the old versions that I quickly whipped up, which were absolutely horrible. But now I've actually going through them and doing them properly, so they're nice and sturdy, and yeah, should be pretty good. And when I chuck them on there, since that's all silver, it doesn't stand out that much on the silver wheel, which is good. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the end results on that. I'll try and film how I do this, because it's pretty complex. Well, to try and explain it is. But yeah, I'll see if I'm bothered to explain it to you guys. So before you get your tab here to bend it over this, you gotta figure out which one of these, because the cap goes like that, and then you got these tab things there. You gotta figure out which ones you want to take out, because you gotta bend in a groove into that so that the metal sits in there well. And also you got to pick a groove, like a lipped part, and in there, that little part in there, if it wants to focus, you got to punch that out, because then that's just too much material, because it normally clips into there, and that's just too much material, and it'll bind up and not sit right, and it'll be a struggle to get this on. So yeah, you got to grind out this lip here a bit, punch that out, and then also grind somewhere else, but I'll show you that. So now that you got the lip out there, see how over here it sticks out that much, got it out sticking that much, and then you just get your pliers, stick it on that, wiggle it back and forth, and it should break off. I went ahead and grinded out the tabs here. That's how it normally looks, and then grinded it out. That's where the bit of metal sits, and that one as well. So then you can chuck that on there, and then fold up your metal. You just bend it over, and then bend it over again, and make sure it's all centered up. This is the tricky part, because you gotta make sure she's all centered up, and then bend that, make another tab, stick it there, bend that up, and then chuck that on, and you'll be sweet. And then you say you got the tab, bent her over, and then center it up, and then you just go ahead and make another tab, and then I chuck it over there, and basically do the same thing there, and fold it all up, and make sure it's all centered up. So I'll quickly go do that. So how I make these brackets is just got a bit of metal here, hit it with some, make a 10mm line, which is the little thing I got here that I might have stole from school. So you just go along and just scratch it along there, make a nice line, and then I go at the end, mark out the center, another 10 on to that line there, drill out a hole, and then get the old tin snips there and cut her out, and then bend her up, and then for the corners, get them on the grinder, or the very small grinder over here, and then just clean up all the edges on it so it's not as sharp and it doesn't poke out too much under the bolt there, so it looks clean. So yeah, just give her a snip, bend her up, and she'll be right. I've gotten the tabs on there, they're looking nice, and the last thing I have to do is grind just that little bit if I can find it. Yeah, right here. So at this seam here, it's a bit tall because it sits up against those three things there, and for some reason it doesn't sit flush against it all and it sticks up a bit, so you gotta grind just a little bit to that first spot weld. You don't want to go all the way unless you risk snapping it, which is what I did. So I've got to find another one of those at the wreckers to finesse. But yeah, just grind it back a bit and then she'll fit flush. I've grinded in there a bit on the plastic and mostly on the metal there, and now it sits flush, which is what you want. And then you just stick her on there. I'll get a bolter on there. So I got it on there and she's rattly right, but don't worry. This is what this rubber's here for. That rubber is going to fix that. I've gotten these rubber things. I've just gotten the rubber here, cut out the thin strip, not because the high bit is a bit too thick to bend over, and just cut out the thin strip, stuck it in there, bent it over, and then there are these little teeth things there that help, that hold it in there perfectly. So yeah, you just stick it in. Sorry for the camera work. Just stick it in like that, fold it down, tuck her in between the teeth, and you're all set. And with those rubber pieces, she is now silent as. So that's another hubcap down. I've done 3, just need to do one more. Just need to find, the bit I broke. But yeah, that's how I did my hubcaps. Did my hubcaps. So yeah, I don't know if anyone was interested in that. I don't know why I acted it out like it was a tutorial video on how to do it, since no one's got Jeep rims and no one's got a Chuck Toyota hubcaps on. But if you do, there's something to help you out there, but very few of you, I doubt, will do this. But yeah, that's it there, nice and sturdy, and hopefully I centered them up pretty well so they could not look like they're all warped when they're going down the road, so they'll be spinning and be shaking. So I'm pretty sure I've gotten that nicely centered up, nice eyeballed it, so fingers crossed they're nice. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. It is 10:43, basically 11 o'clock. Not really, but yeah, it's been a long day. Oh, and also I wired up this amazing switch for my light bar. That's a pretty terrible light bar. Oh, you can't really see it, but if I put my high beams on and I flick the switch, the light comes on. So I'll show you that in the morning. But yeah, it's been a good day, a little bit of progress. Still need to buy some polish to polish up the front bar. I've just been focusing on the little nitty gritty jobs that are kind of annoying to do, but they got to be done. But yeah, good. It's the next day, and this is what I was telling you about before. You couldn't really see last night. I got a deck lamp switch from a 4Runner here. If it wants to, yeah, got a deck lamp switch for my light bar at the front. That's pretty trash. So you got your high beams on up there, and when you flick the switch, the old light turns on. So that was pretty satisfying to wire up. So yeah, now I know that my light bar is on because of that little light there, which is satisfying. So yeah, that's that. And then today I went to the wreckers and got myself here another hubcap with the metal band that's in the inside. It's a bit different. It just says Toyota on it than having the logo there, but the band should be the same as that one there. So time to make my 4th hubcap today. So I had a little bit of a wake up call here, and in one of the steps or something I had to do. I had to grind it down so it'd sit flush right. But since I got another hubcap that hadn't been taken apart yet, I'd looked and there was already spot that's already grinded down to fit in between those 3 grooves there. So for 3 of them I grinded down a spot for nothing, but oh well, you live and you learn. Alrighty, I've gotten all 4 hubcaps all done up. I've been sort of dreading this job since when I first did it, it was very annoying. But since I figured out my way around it and figured out what I was doing, it all just was all smooth sailing at the end. So pretty happy how it all came out. This 4th one was probably the best one out of these. But yeah, I'm really happy about that. So now I can go and polish up my front bar since that's been sitting for a few days now. I just need to buy some proper paint polish and then get going with that. And once that's done, I can then work on this and do sand under the sills and sand there, and yeah, it's just a lot of work. But yeah, I've just been doing the little nitty gritty jobs that are not really essential but make the car look good. Yeah, pretty happy with that.